Right, Legends, so this is a introduction to scalping, okay? So I'm gonna start off with like a basic example and then further examples. We do like about 2 3 videos in this. The rest is just experience really. I can teach, I can go over so many. The rest is just you training your eye to see it, okay? But let's start anyway. So this was an example from Monday. I posted beforehand and after this was the chart. This was how it looked like before. And I said if you make a break below here, okay, that, and then I had where's the liquidity going to be resting, here and here. Now one thing with scalping is you don't really need a higher time frame bias, okay? You're just playing short, quick, fast moves, okay? So in this move, let's mark out why I've got these levels marked out first, okay? Why I was looking for a certain move, and the main thing is to understand the storyline behind what's going on, okay? That's the thing I'm trying to engrave in your head, because if you can understand that, you know, okay, I gotta get out quick. If we're counter trend trading, and if we're in sync with the trend, then that scalp can potentially evolve into more of a day trade, and then maybe even a swing trade if it takes off. Okay, but regardless, let's start now. So this is what we're focusing on right now, just this price action here. Okay, there. Now, why have I got Wednesday's high marked out? Okay, well, the reason why I got Wednesday's high marked out in this case was because if I delineate the week so far, okay, we took out the stops that were taken. Actually, that's supposed to be Thursday's high. My apologies. Yes, that's supposed to be Thursday's high. So let me mark that out again. Why did I write Wednesday for? Okay, so let me go back here. So let's go back to the 1 minute. This was the stops we took. Okay, let's go all the way back. Okay, this was Thursday's high. Okay, that shouldn't be say Wednesday. Reason why I'm saying that because that was the daily high. We took out Friday and we took out Thursday. Okay, so just by looking at, forget this for, no, don't forget this for a second. Just by looking at it, if we take out a level, okay, and a daily high or low, and then it gets rejected, would you all agree that is either a deviation or a stop run? Then we can anticipate some sort of move back within a range. Is everybody clear with that? So that's Thursday's high. Okay, we got here initially, we didn't break it, but then we broke it here, and then look what we did. We broke down. Okay, back into the mean. I wouldn't say mean, but back into the range regardless. Okay, everybody clear with that? So when we take out a level as key level, okay, key level, trading, got gets above it, and then when this breaks below it, and that is expect some sort of move back down, whether that's a previous SR level or whether that's filling in some void, some sort of move. Okay, so when we look to frame a scalp, we don't just look for, okay, that's a stop run there. We look for, okay, where could it reach for? So in this example, okay, when it did it here, okay, where would be the target? It would be into there. Agreed? Why? Thin movement. If it's going to go further, where would be the target? Here. If it's going to go further, where would be target? Here. Here. You get the idea, right? Everybody clear with that? So, that's the starting point. Okay, so when I saw this chart, I said, okay, that's fine. I'm looking at previous price action as well. What's happening? We've got a key level there, Thursday's high, and we can't breach that so far. So that tells me that's where we're trapped. Okay, we're trapped within that. What's this level here? Well, that was the low of the day set. So we took out this low here. Okay, that set the low. Okay, and then when all this unfolded, it's telling me intraday markets can't breach this level and it can't breach that level. Now what do I have? I have a range to work within. Okay, so let's go forward now. When did I see this setup? Initially, okay, initially I saw this. Okay, I said, okay, it could easily fall from down here. Let's see how we could have managed this trade. And this is a trade I did with one of Mien down here. He was watching while I did it. So I said, okay, this is a key level. Now, what is this level here, this thin level I've drawn out? Why have I drawn it out there? Why haven't I drawn it out here? Well, the reason is because this level here was drawn after this move had happened. Okay? After this move had happened. Now, normally people say, well, it's this level we can't breach. Okay, yeah, technically, yeah, you can draw that as well, because if you look at it, if I draw this high out, here, like this, But the reason why I've drawn this here is because you see after that high there, where's the first level of support it found? It was here. Okay, so I said, okay, what you do is this is just to train your eye to see this. It's like this. You find support there. The next candle, well, not next candle, the candle after, it finds a wick there. But then what does it do? It makes a close below it. Then as price unfolds, they can't close above this, can they? So would you all now agree this is the more important level? Yes, this has its place, but this is the most important level. It's a pivot. Now, what further supports the idea is once this has happened, when you draw it out, now you can see why it was important here. Is everybody with me? This level is drawn after the fact, okay? But then we can use that and say, okay, now this is the significant level. Everybody with me so far? Whereas normally, what would you be drawing? Yes, if I only had this data with me, I would say, okay, we got this, but then this, okay? But when it unfolds, you can adjust your levels, especially if you're scalping, okay? Or really short term. And later on, a level becomes more clearer afterwards. So then I said, okay, as the day unfolds, I'm going to be keeping my eye on this now. So, okay, that's how it all unfolded, okay? We're going to focus on my trade. So then we come down here, we deviated it, this low here, but we stayed above it. And then what proves this level, this block here, is you find support there, you find support there, and then it rallies, okay? So, one step by step. Now, before I took the other scalp, this was a scalp as well, or a situation. So then I'm thinking, okay, if this is key resistance and I'm looking for a short, okay, do I know if it's going to come to here? Do I know it's going to go there? Well, this is what I do. This is technically, when people say, oh, I want to draw order blocks, you'll realize you don't even need order blocks. They're just secondary. It's the main SR levels here. Well, you got reason here. We've identified from here that this is an important level. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do that in a thicker color or thicker line so it stands out. We'll do that in a different color. We'll do it in blue. Give a bit of girth. Okay, there. Now, if we look, we're getting a rejection. At this point, I'm not going to blindly sell it. I don't know. I don't blindly sell it, okay? If you did sell a limit, okay, perfect entry. But you don't know if that's going to hold because sterling is bullish as fuck. So what do I look for? Well, okay, if that's the case, I want some sort of deviation. Agreed? Some sort of breakdown. Using the same concept I've been going over. Let's look for that breakdown now. Well, what's the SR level short term? Well, you can see that what's the level that couldn't be breached? It was these highs here. Here, here, here. So what level do I draw out then? I'll take a horizontal line. I'll draw that out. And can I see a pivotal area? Well, yes, I can. See that there? Resistance, resistance, support, resistance. We've broken above that. Now, where is market going to be trapped within? This level here and this level there. Everybody with me so far? I'm going as slow as I can. Okay? And don't worry, it's just the basic starting point for framing some sort of scalping model. Let's go forward now. What's the pattern we look for to tell us that it's a deviation? You see this here? Deviation. Get back below it. Sell off. Yeah? Well, we've got that SR level. It's proving itself there. It's proving itself there. It's proving itself there. There's the resistance. Okay? We want that confirmation now. Okay, it's broken in here. We want to hold as resistance. See when it broke this level here? Attempt, and then broke down. I would be happy to chase that there. There. See that there? It's attempted once, okay? But still no clear break. It's made a lower high here. There, it's made that break. So where do I enter now? I've got my risk set. I short it there and a close of this. My stop loss is there. Because if it breaks that, it's wrong. Now where would I target? Well, I've got liquidity resting there. And see this little gap there? There. And then I've got this low here. Remember, it's a scalp. We're trading within this range here. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Yep. Okay. Now, we go forward. We've taken the short. Stop loss there. Now with scalping, you gotta be quick. As much as you say, "Oh, I want the whole move and low of the day," no, you accept, you get what you can, and get the fuck out. The moment you can accept that, you'll become a better scalper. Okay, if you're not cut out for that, you just don't do it. Then this is for those that want to scalp. Okay, we've taken that low out. Okay, we've filled in the void. So it was this consolidation that led to that. How do I exit this to take profit? Now, one is if you're quick, don't start. If you're quick, you get the fuck out there, okay? If you're satisfied with that, or you trim some off, that's trade management to you. Now you gotta see, okay, we know this is technically a support level. Consolidation, push the market up, stop, run. Again, the inverse of that breaking market structure pattern. Look at this. Is this not the inverse? Low, deviation, respected it. If it starts pushing up above that, what does that signal to you? So if that happens, you get out then. Okay? So it's not just the entry. We got to get the fuck out as well. And what further confirms is a break of that. So when I start seeing this, I get out then. Okay? That's example one. So let's move forward now. The next example. Let's just clear this up again. Okay? Now, exact same technique. Okay? Same thing. It pushes all the way back up. Okay, now you're thinking, okay, is this key level in use? Now, if it happened that we got to move back below here, what would that mean? That's another short. Where would the liquidity be resting? Below there, here, here, into this grey box. Agreed? So we're framing the trade now. Do we get anything here? Break below here? No. No trade. Okay? What does he then do? Pushes all the way back up again. And this is what I'm saying, these blocks, especially when one don't mean nothing. Where does it get topped out at? Thursday's high. So what's the SR levels we're stuck within at this point? It's going to be this blue line, because it's pivotal before, and this level here. Clear? So, what are we looking for? The exact same thing. So if I pause this for a second, if we look, this was a chart. That same level, again, if it breaks below that, what am I looking for? Is that not the exact same thing? Okay, I've changed the color to blue here, but it's broken below it, okay? I can either short it there, or you wait for that little price structure you wait for like that. It's made a lower high, okay? Just like it did there, it broke back below it. So usually that's another break it down. You can enter it on either, enter it on the close of this candle, or set a sell stop there, where we're targeting this low here and this low there. Now, why do I have the confidence for that? Why? Because it's come to a key resistance level. If it's broken, if it's breaking down from that key resistance level, that is telling me market still wants to be range bound. That's the range, okay? The breakdown from the extreme of a range is telling me, it's a sign that it wants to continue being range bound. So where's the liquidity resting then? It's taken out this, okay? There, back into this grey box here, and then further on will be low of the day if we take that one now. Everybody with me so far? It's nothing special. It's basic SR and understanding the deviation. Okay. If we move across, and there we go. We have that there. Okay. So trade management. How would we do it? Well, we know that this is the target there. Okay. So it drops nicely, pushes up. There's no bullish pattern here to get the fuck out yet. Sometimes it may just come and shoot like that. Okay, that's fine. Well, it is where it is. But look what it does here. Support, breaks it, finds resistance. Okay, the dealing range. The stops. Okay, so when we enter this, the way the stop's gonna be resting there. Say we enter there. Okay, that stops are then brought down. If you haven't taken anything above, at this point it breaks down above here then. Okay, so you can trade yourself out if you like. Hits the key level, takes out this low. Where's your exit? Let's see that pattern there. Can you see that? You get the fuck out then. Again, inverse of that would be, well, hang on a minute. That's a key SR level, okay? That's a bullish structure forming. Rejected it. You can even long it there. You know where you're wrong. Here, where you're playing it to. Do you have a reason to go higher? Filling in of this. And we got that key SR level there. Is that clear? Even if you didn't want to trade it there, it just takes more practice to start playing it both sides. The main setup was here and then here. Is that crystal clear to everybody? Well, so the main key points, so to summarize, what are we looking for? We have first identify what range we're in. Okay? When it gets to the range, we look for the breakdown. I've just shown you what breakdown we look for. Then, what we look for, where could it go? Okay? We need to plan exits as well. Well, I've given you a plan for exit. Okay? When it was down here, make sure the bullish price action here. That same pattern, that breaking mark structure pattern, we use that as the inverse then to get out. We're not just using it for entries, we're using it for exits as well. Again, here, okay? So entries are clear, targets, we know where it wants to go, and that's it. So you just scalp all day long like this, okay?